10 seconds. That's genuinely all it took. 10 seconds of audio that was never supposed to leave that studio, and just like that, a major American network found itself in the middle of one of the ugliest PR meltdowns in recent sports media history. An ABC anchor thought the mic was dead. It wasn't. By nightfall, a smug, off-the-cuff comment about Alex Eala had ricocheted across every corner of the internet. The suspension came fast. The apology came even faster. But here's what that sequence of events actually tells us. Was this a slip of the tongue? Or was it a window into something far more damaging hiding just beneath the surface? We're going to get into all of it. But first, if Alex's story makes you want to dream bigger, press that like button and drop a comment letting the world know you're proud to be Filipino. Do you see a top 5 WTA ranking in her future? Like this video and tell me your prediction in the comments. And if you believe Alexa is the Philippines' greatest gift to world sports right now, leave a heart below. Let's make some noise. Okay, now let's talk about what actually happened. This wasn't about a shanked volley. It wasn't about a double fault or a painful loss. This moment had nothing to do with what happened on the court at all. This was about arrogance, a live microphone, and a few words that someone thought only the room would hear. A veteran ABC anchor had just wrapped a segment on Alexa's rise through the ranks. The cameras were still rolling. The studio lights were blazing. Producers were already lining up the next story. And then the anchor relaxed, maybe a little too comfortable, leaned in, and said something she absolutely did not intend for the public to hear. She's not actually that talented. The only reason people care is because she's Filipino. That was it. A handful of words. Maybe 5 seconds of audio. But those seconds were lethal. At first, only the crew in that room heard it. But someone captured it. Someone clipped it. And then the internet did what the internet does. It spread the clip like a brush fire in a drought. Within hours, it was everywhere. X, TikTok, Reddit, YouTube reaction channels, sports podcasts, nobody could escape it. The phrase was being repeated, dissected, and condemned on a loop. Suddenly, Alex Eala wasn't trending because of her devastating backhand. She was trending because somebody tried to reduce her entire career to a geographic accident of birth. Let's pump the brakes and look at who we're actually talking about. Alex Eala is 20 years old. She won a junior Grand Slam title. She has gone toe-to-toe with seasoned professionals. She has flown the Philippine flag on courts that almost no athlete from her country has ever set foot on. And she didn't get there because of hype. She got there because of 4 a.m. wake-up calls, because of training sessions that broke her down and rebuilt her stronger, because of losses that carved out her character and victories that sharpened her competitive edge. Every single inch of her climb was earned through unglamorous, relentless work. To look at that resume and chalk it up to national novelty is an analysis. That's dismissal. Pure and simple. And the crowd felt every bit of that contempt. Within hours, hashtags were taking over the algorithm. Stand with Alexa. Boycott ABC. We see you, Philippines. The shockwave was digital, but the feeling behind it was deeply personal. Filipino fans weren't just defending a tennis player. They were defending themselves. Because here's the truth that the anchor clearly didn't understand. Tennis isn't historically one of the Philippines' dominant sports. It doesn't carry the same cultural weight as boxing or basketball. So when a homegrown talent actually knocks on the door of the world's elite, that means everything. It means possibility. It means representation. It means a kid watching a screen somewhere in Manila or Cebu or Davao thinking, if she can do it, maybe I can too. When someone with a national platform waves that away as mere Filipino hype, that doesn't just sting the player. It stings an entire country. By the next morning, ABC was drowning. Executives scrambled into damage control mode. A statement was released stiff, corporate, clearly written by a legal team. The off-air comment does not reflect the values of our organization. The anchor has been suspended pending investigation. Suspended pending investigation. That's the language of an institution that got caught, not one that's genuinely reckoning with what happened. Reportedly, sponsors were already making calls. Thousands of viewers were tagging ABC in furious posts. Media critics were using the moment to crack open the broader conversation about bias in sports coverage, who gets billed up, who gets dismissed, and why. But here's the part of this story that I keep coming back to. While the internet was erupting, while the entire sports media world was debating this moment, Alex Eala said absolutely nothing. No angry Instagram story. No quote tweet designed to go viral. No publicist-drafted statement expressing disappointment. Nothing. Her most recent post was a simple workout clip. Focused. Calm. Locked in. That silence hit louder than any response could have. She trained while the world argued. She worked on her footwork while the video was racking up millions of views. And the more the noise grew around her, the more her composure stood out, until that quiet itself became the most powerful statement of all. Fans didn't miss it. That stillness became strength. Now, let's sit with the brutal irony of what actually happened here. The anchor claimed Alexa's nationality was the only reason for the excitement. Okay, so explain the results. Explain the rankings. Explain the wins over experienced professionals. Explain the ice-cold nerve she shows when a match is on the line. Rankings don't care about passports. Match points aren't handed out based on your country of origin. They're earned through ability, grit, and discipline. And the cruel twist? The attempt to make Alexa smaller made her enormous. Millions of people who had never heard her name were suddenly searching for her. Highlight reels that had maybe a few thousand views were suddenly getting hundreds of thousands. Old interviews resurfaced. In one clip from years ago, barely anyone had watched, she says quietly, "I play because I love the game." That clip went viral. Fans set it to slow-motion footage of her forehand winners on TikTok. It became a rallying cry. The insult didn't damage her brand. It ignited it. And ABC's problems? They only got worse. Because once people started digging, they found a pattern. Old clips. Subtle dismissals. A disbelieving tone whenever an underdog from a smaller nation succeeded. Little moments that, in isolation, might have been overlooked but together started to look like something systemic. People began asking harder questions. Was this a one-off mistake, or the visible tip of something much bigger? Reports suggested the newsroom atmosphere had grown tense. Producers were told to stay off social media. PR teams worked through the night. Legal was reviewing contracts. Because the moment advertisers start getting nervous, everything is suddenly on the table. That's the reality of the modern media landscape. You don't own the narrative anymore. The internet does. And the internet had already chosen its side. Across the Philippines and Filipino communities worldwide, something beautiful happened. International students shared tributes. The diaspora circulated her videos with pride. Timelines filled with solidarity. This had grown far beyond tennis. It was about respect, and what it means to finally have someone at the world's table who looks like you. Now, let me be clear about something. Sports criticism is part of the game. Athletes get analyzed from every angle every single day, serve percentages, movement patterns, return speeds, mental consistency. That's the job of a sports commentator, and it's fair game. But there is a massive, unambiguous line between critique and contempt, between breaking down performance and dismissing a person's entire existence as a trend. Fans understand that line instinctively, and when it gets crossed, they respond accordingly. Some people tried to defend the anchor, said it was taken out of context, called it a private joke. But that argument collapsed almost immediately, because even if the comment was private, it revealed a worldview. And that worldview is exactly what people refuse to accept. By day 3, the story wasn't fading. It was accelerating. Other networks picked it up. Sports shows debated it. Late-night hosts made jokes about hot mic disasters. ABC's corporate apology looked increasingly hollow sitting next to the raw, genuine emotion pouring in from fans across the globe. People weren't looking for a press release. They wanted accountability. Real accountability. Meanwhile, Alexa kept going. New training clips dropped, online drills, sweat, the clean, sharp sound of a racket meeting a ball at full speed. The message, unspoken but unmistakable. You talk, I work. That calm confidence resonated with people on a cellular level. Because sometimes the most devastating response isn't a clapback. It's consistency. Zoom out for a second, and you'll see that what happened to Alexa isn't unique. Athletes from smaller nations deal with this specific brand of doubt constantly. They get labeled as flukes. They're called surprising, as if success was never supposed to happen to them. At the highest levels, they're treated like temporary guests at a table that was never built for them. But here's what always happens when they keep winning: the narrative has to change. You can only call someone a miracle so many times before you have to start calling them what they are: elite. Alex Eala isn't a feel-good headline. She is a legitimate threat on a tennis court, and opponents don't need hype. They need preparation. The suspension proved at least one thing: networks understand the cost of public fury. Reputation is currency. Sponsors hold real power. Viewers are the judge, and the jury both. But the bigger question lingering over all of this: will any of this actually change how athletes from underrepresented nations are covered? Will commentators think twice before reaching for lazy assumptions? Or will this moment dissolve the second the next controversy grabs the headlines? That, honestly, is up to you. The viewers showed this week that their voices carry genuine weight. The blowback had consequences because people showed up. That matters. Now imagine this. 5 years from now, Alex Eala cracks the top 5. Maybe she's holding a Grand Slam trophy. And someone, a journalist, a fan, a broadcast, cuts to that hot mic clip right before showing her holding the silverware. The silence after that would be deafening. Sports history is full of those moments. Doubt followed by dominance. The story writes itself. The anchor probably felt a wave of regret the second that suspension email hit her inbox. But if Alexa keeps climbing, that regret isn't going anywhere. That clip becomes part of the origin story. Every major title brings it back. Every tournament win serves as a reminder of what was said and who said it. That's the deepest irony in all of this. The moment designed to minimize her might be exactly the kind of fuel that pushes her toward greatness. Athletes remember the doubt. They file it away. They use it. And Alex Eala is just getting started. She's young. She's still developing. She's still learning what her ceiling looks like. And she has already carved her name into Philippine sports history in a way that can never be taken back. Whether the top 5 comes next year or the year after, one thing is already settled. Her rise isn't hype. It's the product of blood and sweat and sacrifice. Years of it, mostly unseen, before any camera ever pointed her way. The suspension might be temporary, but what this moment exposed is permanent. Words carry weight. Tone carries weight. Respect isn't optional, especially not in an era where 10 seconds of audio can reach 100 million people before you've had your morning coffee. So, I want to hear from you. Was suspension enough, or should there have been a more serious consequence for that level of disrespect? And do you believe Alexa will answer this moment the best possible way, by winning? Drop it in the comments. Because this story is nowhere near over. Alexa's career is just catching fire. And if this week proved anything at all, it's this: underestimating her? That might just be the most expensive mistake anyone in sports media ever makes.